What's happening? Thanks for joining us again. I'm Chris.
I'm Pete.
And we're looking at a bottle of Three Philosophers that I received on my birthday several years ago. This is a 2008 vintage. They put it right up here. I like that and all, but that's sort of one of those things. Did you brew it in January or December? I don't know. So if you're going to actually sell her this, you sort of get that year sort of, I don't know, difference. But we're going to assume for all intents and purposes that this is about 5 years old. So I'm kind of excited to try this. It's their Ommegang's take on a quad, Belgian quad, but they add 2% Leafman's Creek into this. So it gives it a little bit of a cherry note, but I'm sort of wondering what's going to happen to that over time. And I can already tell, looking back here, you can already see like sediment sort of floating around.
Floaters.
Yeah. It was very subtle when I was been staying in my basement for the past 4 years or so, but yeah. I don't even think, opener. I don't think we need that.
No, this is high-end cork stuff. Cajun cork.
Stuff. It says right on the front, birthday, 09. Alright.
Well, I feel honored that you're sharing this.
Yeah. Well, quads have sort of been one of those slow creepers that I realized when I've had the good ones. You know, I've yet to have like the West E12 or anything, but like the Rochefort 10, big fan of. That came out with no problem.
It's just such a wonderful sound.
The gloves are coming at 9.8% alcohol by volume, so yeah, definitely a bigger beer. But taking a look at it here, yeah, it's like a real cloudy, sort of chestnut color, slight bit of red to it, but yeah, real murky.
Nice carbonation coming out.
Yeah, plenty of carbonation still I can see, and about a finger of some off-white khaki colored head.
And some floaters.
Yeah, there's definitely some floaters in there, but you know, comparing it to some of the better quads I've had, you know, it seems a little bit lighter maybe in comparison.
Yeah, a little bit redder and lighter, but
Yep. But also, you know, maybe that's just that little bit of creek in there is enough to do something else. So let's see what we get for an aroma. I'm definitely getting like a sweet cherry note.
you're getting the traditional quad kind of.
Yeah, you're getting
the caramel and.
Yeah, you're getting the caramel, that sort of that malty character. A touch of raisin.
Yeah, but the cherry's still.
A little toffee.
The cherry's still there.
That's a very nice smelling beer. So, the best part is drinking it.
Yes.
Let's do that. Cheers.
Cheers. Subtle little bit of.
Yeah. You're getting, I feel, a lot more cherry on the back end. It's sort of like you can tell that it's been aged some. There's a little touch of like an oxidation note in there. But there's like, the malt has definitely gotten a little sweeter. There's a lot of the little raisin note. There's a sweeter caramel kind of toffee note in there. Little bit of rich malt in there.
I would say there's almost the carbonation is definitely present.
Yep.
And it's almost a little bit too much carbonation for my liking.
Right. That sort of like mid to end palate.
Mm-hmm.
The carbonation's so big it feels like it's almost like washing the taste at that point.
Yep.
It's interesting. Let's see. The side here says created by blending a rich malty Belgian style ale with authentic Kriek, a classic cherry lambic from Belgium. Our quadruple is cultured yet wild, curious yet wise. So it would have been interesting to do this next to a fresh bottle.
One to see.
Definitely from what I remember, the last time I had a fresh bottle, this is much sweeter. There's a lot more of the caramel, a lot more of the cherry note coming out in this one. The fresher one, I remember having like a richer malt, but still like a very fresh tasting one where it's almost like I like to say bright. That's sort of like my term. Like if something's really like the maltier ones that are still really new, sort of have that presence where there's not that much of the flavor. It still just sort of needs to age out a bit, but
It's not bad.
yeah. You know, I was maybe, I don't know, in my hopes I was expecting a little bit more, but you gotta clean some of these bottles. You know, I was kind of looking at the 5-year mark for this one, so it's part of my bottle clearing project at the moment, because I have a couple first world problems. I have too much beer in the cellar.
It sucks when the old stuff gets in the way of the new stuff.
Yeah, I hate that. I have no room to put new things because I have too much old beer there. Jesus, I need to get some time to drink it.
This is nice, and Ommegang does a nice job for a domestic Belgian.
It'll be interesting. Like, I'd like to see how this bottle, just like as you let it sit, sort of open up for a bit. Carbonation die down a bit. You get a lot more of the flavor out of it. I say is, you know, because I feel like that carbonation sort of is a wash and takes away a lot of it, but
Yeah.
it sort of lends to it being a lighter kind of sweeter, more effervescent drinking kind of quad, which you wouldn't necessarily think of.
No.
Being in a quad, like, you know, I just had a relatively fresh bottle of Rochefort 10 last weekend, and it's, you know, nothing like this. So.
Yeah.
But then again, I haven't had an aged bottle of that. So,
Soon, my friends.
yeah. So I guess with that said, just keep enjoying the rest of this. Hope you're enjoying something as well, and see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.